Why settle for a regular mug when you can make a statement? The Heavy Mug is for fitness enthusiasts who don't take life too seriously while still pushing the limits. Let it serve as a daily reminder of your commitment to physical excellence. The first batch of their durable Heavy Mugs includes special engraving, allowing owners to impart wisdom on the importance of physical health alongside intellectual growth. Designed to last generations, to pass a message to the future. Its adjustable weights and barbell grip are sure to turn heads and spark conversations, whether you're at home, at the office, or working out. Equipped with additional barrels, it transforms into a robust, wrist-supportive kettlebell. The limited edition pre-sale launch allows you to secure the Heavy Mug at an introductory price. The Rocks Company designs innovative health and fitness products, focusing on quality and durability to support and inspire your wellness journey. Visit heavymug.fit. That's heavymug.fit to get early access and embrace the lighter side of fitness. Again, head on over to heavymug.fit.
Welcome to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, everyone. This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor, and we're going to do the NXT for the review for 220, getting ready for Roadblock, and they start off without having the average recap, but they got Shotzi showing up like a boss, but they go in to the North American title match. And, they've been building and building and building Lexus King. Well, this is his chance. He's going against Oba Finney, and that's a 6'6", about 260. Oba Finney, the North American title holder. But the match is actually pretty good. You got to consider. Lexus knows, that he, of course, is a smaller. So he's got to work twice as hard. And he chops him down. Not in a normal sense, but hey, in his way, he did it. And you know what? It looked pretty good, I got to say. This whole show really surprised me. I liked it, and then when I went back, when I got through with the show, I was like, you know what, there's a few good matches on here that I might want to go back and look at again and kind of make sure I caught everything. So I have to say, guys, this is a go back show. It is well worthy. And of course, the North American title match. Finney is so much stronger, so much bigger, but at one point in time, during this match, you've got Mr. Stone. They cut through with Von Wagner and Mr. Stone in the back, and of course, Lexus made the comments about Mr. Stone's kids. Yeah, some people don't forget stuff like that. And so he goes out and makes his presence known. But when he does, Lexus does this little slide under the ring, kind of a cool little deal. And he, shoves him down. But you got Von Wagner in the back. And you've got Stone that's been shoved down. And, maybe... do we get something eventually out of Von Wagner on this? I sure hope so. But you've got, the match itself Alexis, of course, is trying to pull off all of his signature moves. None of them happen to work. And the dominant North American champion is going to pull this off. Kind of like we thought he would. But, like I said, Lexus King, not a squash match, not a jabroni match. Just a match that you show dominance in. And that's what Mr. Finney did. Alright, and now after that match, they go into the JC, Jane, Thea, and others. It's the way I made my notes. But you got Ariana Grace in there too. But they're basically setting up the soap opera that is about to happen. Now, we had a good match. Yes, we had a good match. But everything is a story or an angle. So you got JC and Thea and all of them out there. And they're all discussing their Valentine's date with Riley. And, JC may have given Thea some bad advice, but I could go down this rabbit hole and say what angle they're going. You know what? It's a great soap opera spot. So they're putting it up. And then from there, they go to another one with Lyra and Tatum Paxley. It is, Lyra generally saying, hey, I love you. I got a spot for you. We're going to give you a special gift, but don't show up at ringside. So that's pretty much where that goes. But finally, they go to some entertainment. And we have the Wolf Dogs. We got the Wolf Dogs out there, Braun and Baron. And look, these guys have really taken on kind of a life of their own. They're funny. They play off each other very well. But Braun has been, he's been signed to the WWE main roster. So, this is an interesting turn. We'll see how they take these tag title belts and treat them. How they, maybe they take Braun off and take him into that angle, or maybe they let this angle go on. But the Wolf Dogs are out there speaking, and when they are, every other tag team's got to show up. You got Nathan Frazier and Axum, and you've got let me see, you got everybody that shows up. Chase U is the big deal, and Chase U comes out and pretty much says that they are back organized and they are ready to go. And of course, that brings out the biggest talent that we have in NXT, and that's Ava. With all her knowledge and wisdom, she books a match, and it is Nathan Frazier and Axiom going against Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, and they get the right to challenge, for the belts. But Braun and Baron, I don't think they were taking them too serious. They had their alligator skin boots. They're all, they're matching boots. So we'll see where that goes from here. But they have a Roxanne, the Prodigy. They have a Roxanne promo, and they're not trying to change her heel, but they're giving her an edge. And let's try that. Because it's better than what they're going with. But this whole thing leads up to Roxanne punching Ren St. Clair in her face. last week. So, of course, they have to have a match. And Ren comes out with this one-legged gear, which I bet you is probably going to be more of a trend in the upcoming future. It kind of looked okay. The knee pad matched everything, but I mean, not to dwell too far into that, but probably something to see in the future. But Roxanne being the bad guy, the bad guy, it was kind of interesting. She controlled the match. She definitely, she went after the arm and shoulder, and kind of old school, and she got the pop rocks, the little pop rocks, and she decided that wasn't enough, so she put the crawfish, the crippler crawfish. We won't go there, but she put it on her, and so she definitely gets the win there. And then we got Metaphor doing, Metaphor is usually pretty good on their interviews, but they've got to deal with the Catch Crew. And, it wasn't so bad. I mean, really, I'm usually a little demeaning, but no, actually, it wasn't so bad. There you go. Go back and watch the show, guys. And you got Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. With Josh, of course, saying, grow a set, in some sense. So they come out, and I got to say, Brooks looked really, really good. He doesn't have, he has the size. It's just against Briggs. Now, Briggs is a big old boy. And he really shows up in here. He gets a busted mouth in this deal, but Jensen, man, he showed up and showed out. He had a kind of a different kind of a pinning reference or modification. He hooked the head when he was doing it, and and I know I've seen this in the past. I have to really, because I watch old tapes and crap like that, because I'm old. But it was I liked what he was doing, but in the end, Briggs and them clotheslines, he even told Jensen, "Hey, I love you. I'm doing this for you." So you see this angle here. They can carry this on for a while. So this could definitely be good on down the road. Well, they go from that to a Dijak promo. And, the Dijak promos, they've progressed from cassette to Kindle to more sophisticated things. But Joe Gacy just makes everything fun. And back in the old days, you can look back at some of the matches that Stone Cold and The Rock and some of these guys had, but a lot of it was the storyline, and some of it, like with The Rock selling, because The Rock could sell a Stone Cold Stunner back in this day. But Gacy has really kind of cemented himself with a kind of a psycho, kind of a psycho facade there. It was, and they got this new guy, this Crifisino or whatever that crap he is. He's giving advice to Dijak, and he's pretty much letting him know that, hey, you just can't roll up on somebody and put them in a straitjacket and then put them in a cell. All right, so Interesting angle, but Gacy, the way he responded with blowing smiley faces or, into the glass, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. So we'll see where this goes. But, of course, you've got the match coming up with Ariana Grace and JC Jane and her crew with Nix and Thea and the match itself. And JC, of course, is going to control most of this match, but there again, not a squash, not a jabroni match. Miss Grace had some great offensive moves. It just, it was always foiled by JC Jane, but Nix gets involved. It's the numbers game. But yeah, JC Jane wins that one, and you got an interesting little promo with Tony D and Stax and Rizzo, and they're going to take this in a new direction, and not like the band. All right, so they're going to take it in a new direction. So we will see what they're doing, but Tony D and those espresso cups, he's tearing it up, man. He's tearing it up. But you have the match now, for the number one contender. You've got Chase U with Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, the MVP. And they're going against, of course, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. And look, I can sit here and try to explain to you the speed that Axiom and Nathan work under. There again, guys, this is a show you have to go back and check out yourself. I'll say in this match, let me see, Duke does a new move with slamming both of them. Worth going back and checking out. And as small comparison, Nathan Frazier and Axiom, they're like pinballs in a pinball machine, and they proved it. And Axiom, as much as I hate guys waiting to get a move done on them, Axiom did a pretty good Spanish fly on Duke. So Andre's going to end up winning this deal, but go back and check it out. Go back and check it out because it was a good match. But then, OC, Luke and Carl, they jump in and they throw a little smack up down it, and they it's equal opportunity, butt whipping. So they throw it out there, and kind of liked it. The way they're doing this. Okay, so we go from OC to a Dragunov promo, and he's got the red eyes, folks. So he's fired up. He's fired up. But yeah, he always cuts a great promo. But then you go to Kiana Jordan going against Lash Legend. And, of course, she's out there with Miss Jackson. Sorry, Miss Jackson. But this match, Lash is so close to being, Rodriguez is getting all the, the big play and everything in the main roster, but Lash might be the dark horse that comes in, on the tail end and surprises everybody this year. She is so close. Her as far as interviewing, it is freaking close. Her in-ring, she needs some work, whatever, just ring time, but she's good. And she has the size, the look. I mean, this is, they need to strap some rockets on her and let it take off. But in this match, Miss Jordan makes herself look really good. She sells for most of the match, of course, but a couple missed moves, and she gets some moves, but man, Lash just treats her like a rag doll at certain times. And then Lash is going to win the match, but afterwards, Kiana James and Izzy come out to kind of throw a little something down, and Kiana, she lays the smack up down on them. So she comes back on them and makes it look good. So we'll see what the future holds. They got an OC, Luke and Carl. They got a little promo letting everybody know what's up, and good little promo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you got Shotzi and Lyra Valkyria in the main event. And so here we go. You expect a great match, and we get an angle, and Shotzi performs, about 6 or so minutes, whatever it may be, and then she has a knee injury. Now, this kind of stuff I haven't seen before, to where, and I totally understand. If there's an injury, of course, absolutely. But when you blur the lines of if there's not an injury, and you're just doing that, I'm not particularly keen on that one. But if there was an injury, yes, totally understand. And they bring out Lash, legend, that had just gotten through with the match. And she comes out really good. Really good. I'm just going to say, I wasn't happy with the ending, but this is a good show. So just my recommendation, go back and watch it. Go back and check it out. But guys, I've had to redo the show because of more of my screw-ups. I found out I sounded like Tiny Tim. So if you don't know who that is, then that's cool too. But we got the review out there. I'm sorry for the delay. It is not, the corporate management, as we say. It is totally on my end. So I will say, folks, if you can, get out there and help the rescues where you can. Always spay and neuter. And this is Memphis Mark. And you know what? I'm out of here, man. I got to go.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.